Hello and welcome to the Sonata Chronicles vlog, episode 30.
30!
Yes, I feel like we've done this before.
30 times before.
Yeah, 30 times. That's awesome. And so today on this magical 3-0, put in interesting combinations, we're going to be talking about the social network games, or the social games that we're going to be putting out for the Sonata Chronicles, and what that means, what we're doing with it. So why are we doing social games?
Well, we're doing a social game that's also a mobile app.
Mm-hmm.
And social games are a great way to build community because you play them, they play into your Facebook feed, your Twitter feed, you share your experience with them. And so for us, it's a lot about building that sense of community. My generation, generations that come after us, owning things we want to purchase, we want to partake in, they're less about ownership now and more about sharing, about things we can share with other people, things we can share, experiences we can share, services we can share,
What we ate that morning, we end up sharing.
Right. Exactly. And so the Facebook game gives a great avenue for that. And, there will be a store, there will be coins you buy, that kind of thing. The goal of any business is to make as much for profit as possible.
Sure.
But, this part of it will be, the first priority will be building community. Second priority will be making money. What we need it to do is build community, and we need it to break even.
And when you're talking about like making money, I know that some of the other social apps and social games end up making money through selling information of anyone that logs on, or selling the ability to advertise that person by the different permissions they give them. Is that something that we'll be looking at doing with our games? I mean, I feel kind of bad. I don't really want to sell people's information.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of money in that.
Mm-hmm.
Marketing companies pay a lot for that. But this is our marketing. This is this is how we're going after the people that we think will enjoy the Sonata Chronicles. So for us, I don't see that happening, And a lot of it depends on how successful we are in pulling it off. And that will depend on the participation of our fans. So there's always that intended strategy that, that you go in, the strategy you go in with, and then there's that emergent strategy that develops along the way. So
right.
While we don't want to do that, it may happen, but we have no intention of doing that. And so, so that's the first part of the first thing is building community. The second reason we're doing it is to streamline the game process as much as possible. It gives us, if social games, pretty much the whole game is the mini games you'd play in other RPGs. Almost
Right.
every social game. Farmville, is the mini game of farming. It's almost identical to farming practices in Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those games are like the bounty missions you might get in a Fable or Knights of the Old Republic or some,
Or World of Warcraft.
Warcraft, the things you do on the side. And they're fun, and they're pretty much time wasters, but one of the things we want to do is we want to reward players who are going to give the time with us, but we also want you involved in the story, is our goal. And if you have to sit down and make, pies or swords for an hour or 2 hours after work and you don't make any progress in the game, we feel like that's a barrier to enjoyment of the game.
Yeah, so why not do it while you're at work?
Right.
Instead of working.
Take a 5-minute break, click a button 20 or 30 times, then go back to work.
Yeah, 5-minute break. That's what they say they're going to do.
That's what they do anyway.
I know that's what they do anyway, except for it's the 5-minute break of work and then 20 minutes or 2 hours of gaming.
Well, give those people more stuff to do.
I know, a bunch of lazy bastards. Luckily, none of them work for us.
Yeah, no. And so, so what we want to do with the game, with the social game, is we want it to be. So when you're playing the social game, the goal is to start developing what your character, your hero might be like in that game, and also what the things in that game are like.
So if your hero wants to make pies for a living, then by all means make pies. It's not very heroic. Unless your pies save the world?
Well, I don't think pie is really eaten all that much in the Sonata Empire.
But maybe it could be.
Unfortunately. A fig pie?
Yeah, fig pie. It's not a cookie, it's a fig Newton. I know you hate me.
You can send us a check, makers of fig Newtons. Who's
Nabisco.
Nabisco, you can send us a check for mentioning fig Newtons on the vlog if you'd like.
Yeah, we won't. I mean, we'll cash it.
Yeah,
we'll cash it.
$5 is okay.
That's cool with us.
What we got.
Yeah, $5 for me because I said it.
Yes.
I did the marketing for you.
That's fine. So, our goal. So when you're playing the social network game, you'll learn about what people do in the Sonata Chronicles. You know, you'll be able to develop your own, how your character fights. You'll be able to develop, learn more about the cultures that exist there by playing your character through the cultures that, the background cultures of people that they deal with. You'll be able to give them professions that are popular in the world. And then, it's just little, it's pretty much skill tree systems that you just build up here and there. And the skill trees unlock exciting things that happen, and then these things build up to things that you will be able to then transfer over into the PC role-playing games to give yourself a head start. And our goal is not to give our long-term players any kind of unfair advantage, but we do want to reward people who are loyal customers.
Yeah, and you could buy cool outfits, skimpy armor for the ladies,
No
skimpy armor for the guys.
Well, as long as we're equal.
Well, of course. I mean, who doesn't want skimpy armor for the guys? Just nice copies. Call it.
You have the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, armor piece.
Just the sock.
Yeah, you can send us a check too, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, I get that $5.
Yeah, you get that one. You could buy, better armor or better clothing for, if you want to have like 35,000 layers, then that's cool. You can have that, but it'll be equal for all. So if there's skimpy costumes for the female characters, there's gonna be skimpy costumes for the male characters. I don't see why that shouldn't be.
And the character creator will be the preview for what the character creator will be like in the games.
Yeah.
So that's one of the big things we're also doing is that you make your character in the social game and then that look imports into the rest of the games, which I think we talked about a little bit last time, but repetition's good.
Repetition's good.
Yes.
But that's going to be our time for today on episode 30.
We've repeated this 30 times now.
We have 30.
Yeah.
30 times.
30 times. Not 30. The exact same material, but the vlog is.
Yeah, the vlog is 30 times, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you should send us comments on whether or not you think he should shave his head. I think he should. Just, this is all gone.
It's because it's unruly.
It
My
is.
hair is unruly.
He should discipline it so that it fears him again.
Discipline it through extermination.
Well, it's more like just cutting off like the top 90% of it. Maybe.
No, if I do it, I'm gonna bick it.
Well, I know, but you still have the follicles, so you'll have like 10%. So that
I
has
don't
something
think
to.
there's 10%. I keep my hair pretty long. I don't think there's 10% under there.
Okay, 2%, whatever. You still have the follicle cell that has to grow into new hair.
So we're leaving the rich part of the hair.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Like we're just punishing.
The 98% is
punishing the 98%.
is getting shaved off.
Yeah, we don't want them.
All right. Well, so we're trying to wrap this up. We will see you next week with more surprises. And maybe more artwork.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Have a good week.